What's up, guys? It's Powerel, Serpent Psychic, Aubriel, Bob, the Etheric Guide. So, my trip to Kansas, I'm going to start just right in the middle, just where the good stuff is, like nice and dense and juicy, like a cake, and it's sugary, depending on if I want to eat a cake or if I want to have a nice hearty meal. It could also be some potatoes and beans. But anyway, so my mystical journey, I set the intention of having a mystical experience that transformed my life in the ways of, wow, being gay. So for a long time, I was like, I was raised in an LDS religion, which is Orthodox. It's da 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 da, like so there was that. And I also thought that literally all of that part of myself was just unacceptable growing up. My mind really believed, I was really programmed that I would not be lovable, and that love would be withheld from me, and that I would be punished, and that God would hate me, and that it was what is it called? Non-human, non-spiritual, bad, evil, and whatnot to be gay. But not all of me believed that. There was a light inside that knew the whole time that all of this was BS. And by finding that light and focusing on that light and intentionally and purposefully creating the effects that I thought would go well with it, like being in complete privacy out in the middle of nowhere. Lucas, Kansas, who's heard of that? I need complete privacy. There is some gay stuff going on here, and I don't want my family to hate me. So I wanted, the experience of like having the potential, like somebody could come into the door at any time. There's a gas station right across the street. Cars are driving by. There's another cabin right over there. There's people behind me. And it is Kansas is that kind of feel. It's like, it could pop off into rifles and shotguns at any moment. So anyway, I remember my first girlfriend. I remember the first girl who I was really, really attracted to. She was I gotta keep her name on anonymous. But I remember oh my gosh. So now I have that part of myself, that light that I had to dim and pretend wasn't there and not pay attention to. Now I have its perspective. Now I'm walking, I could cry, with its knowledge and peace, joy, fulfillment, happiness that it had anyway during that experience. It was not that, even though I believed, and even though it could also be a shift in realities. Both realities existed, and I jumped realities into this one. So now that one doesn't exist anymore, and I'm over here. These mystical experiences, there's all kinds of, and then also the intentional creation of it, I wanted it to be healthy. I wanted it to reflect that I am who I am. I'm a god. I'm here, I'm a spirit having a human experience. This is not my only life. I have infinite lives. My soul is infinite. The people around me did not hate me during that time. So now I have my mom having my back at an LDS bishop. He was on to me. He was trying to find out whether I had kissed a girl at school or not, and he called me into his office and everything. My mom, which before this experience, before I induced and created this mystical experience, it was, what was she? She was an enemy. She was somebody who hated me for who I was. But actually, now that after this mystical experience that I created, let happen, had, enjoyed, lived amidst, and walking with now, she did have my back. She knew that that was coming and set him up to fail and set me up to lie about it. Like, nope, and total nonchalant, I don't know who told you that, but I am not doing that. And I walked out of the LDS bishop's office, and she was Mother Bear. Did he ask you if you did you tell him? And I was like, and he said something just sly, and we kind of like spiritually fist bumped. And she smiles and nodded. And yes, that is real. Yes, I am walking with that, because yes, that's the experience that my light had. That's the experience that I'm now aligned with. Also, the left side of my face, before it was like, oh, these feelings are unwelcome and unacceptable. And now that has completely shed. They are gone. I got to relive an intimate experience with that girl, and really actually be present and fully immersed in that moment. And I got to know the spirit of my people, like my people, my spirit, and the spirit of my people, and why we're kind of like here on earth, why we're here on earth, who we are here on earth, how we kind of like came here. We're the two-spirited people. We, like, here we're gay, because that's the word for it. Like, here at this time, and maybe it's not. Maybe I could walk right out the door and never hear that word again. I don't know. But all I know is that my attraction is just a part of who I am as a spirit. And I am actually, as a two-spirited individual, worshipped for my two-spiritedness, because I do amazing stuff every moment of every day, because I have two spirits, not one, two. The majority of people here have one. So they are constantly looking at me when I do something that they can see that I have too, and worshiping me for that, because it's amazing to them. I do the same thing to people who have houses. How did you get to own a house? That's amazing. And that's how it feels to me on my end. My heart. You think this is amazing? This is my everyday. Anyway, so getting here was fun. Leaving is gonna be fun. Lucas, Kansas, everybody, and the Airbnb that I stayed in. It's kitschy, cute. It is awesome, and the truth that I get to walk with now, and the experience that I get to live in now. People, I have. It's gonna be great. And now I get the freedom to go out and flirt with girls, to go out and change my hairstyle. But this is actually, the mystical experience of 2 nights. Actually, it was 1 night, but like before the night into the next day, and the positive effects of it for the rest of my life. And also recognition about the past unto the people who were there, and having my time repaid by time itself, because I asked. Nay, ushered, drove. So, yeah, that's it. This is it. And I do this kind of stuff, like, these are my expertise. I am a mystic. Shaman. I am a shaman. I am a psychic. I am a tarot card reader. All this stuff. All right, peace.